Good morning. It's Friday, August 2nd, 2024. This is your Georgia WeatherNet morning update. A few thunderstorms already popping up early this morning in South Georgia. We'll see those continue to track down toward the southeast. Things should be pretty quiet for the next few hours, and then storms popping back up through the day today into this evening and this weekend. Expect showers and a few strong to severe thunderstorms around the state of Georgia. Checking out temperatures, it's already warm as we get started in those low 80s in parts of South Georgia. Lots of humidity as well. Will be very hot and humid through the day today. We have upper 70s all the way up in the parts of North Georgia, and a heat advisory is in effect today for all of South Georgia, good part of Middle Georgia, stretching up toward Athens and parts of Northeast Georgia as well. So those heat index values could range around 110 in parts of North and Middle Georgia, up to 112 in some spots in South Georgia today. So take care of yourself, stay hydrated, as we always talk about on these hot and humid days. Let's take a look, one more thing before we go here. Our tropical disturbance now just east of Cuba, and it is expected to strengthen into a tropical storm over the next couple of days. So this will be our next named storm. And yeah, we may see an impact on this storm as we put the radar or the satellite imagery in motion here. We can see that it's getting a little bit more organized, and the conditions are going to get even better for this storm to strengthen even more. Now, one thing, it's going to be grazing the northern coastline of Cuba, so that's going to interact with this storm somewhat. But once it gets up through the Straits of Florida and up toward the eastern Gulf of Mexico, that's going to be moving into some warmer water, and that's going to help the storm strengthen a little bit more. But the models seem to really like this idea of just heading up toward the Gulf Coast of Florida and then possibly making landfall somewhere between Tampa, Apalachicola, and then continuing to move in towards southeast Georgia. So that would be about Monday when that landfall happens. Again, most of the models say tropical storm. A couple of the models say Cat 1 hurricane, but right now we'll stick with the idea of a tropical storm, and then that's going to bring in quite a bit of rain into the Florida, right between the peninsula and the panhandle there, moving into southeast Georgia. So expect some heavy rain possible in Savannah, coastal Georgia, and toward Waycross. So let's take a look at our weather model as we move through the day today. So we'll be talking more about that storm through the weekend as we get closer, I promise. So here's our weather model through the day today. Those thunderstorms around, and mainly in South Georgia, through this morning, then fairly quiet through the middle afternoon, and then by 2, 3 o'clock, we'll see thunderstorms start to develop again. Line of storms moving up toward Rome and northwest Georgia later today. Some could be strong to severe, and then more isolated storms without a whole lot of movement there in southeast Georgia, so maybe a little bit of flooding could occur as we head into this afternoon. And then by this evening, thunderstorms around the Macon area, and thunderstorms just very isolated throughout the rest of the state overnight tonight. Fairly quiet as we get started tomorrow morning, and then heading through your Saturday, plenty of heat, plenty of humidity again tomorrow, so that'll fire up more showers and thunderstorms. And notice they'll be in more linear fashion, just kind of lined up. So that's where we could see a few strong to severe thunderstorms there as these storms really start to organize by 5. This is going to be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. More thunderstorms stretching across the state. So anywhere in the state of Georgia, we could see these thunderstorms through the weekend, and very hot, very humid. Then we'll start to see those temperatures drop just a bit as we get started for next week. That's the latest from the Georgia WeatherNet. Now your local forecast from northwest Georgia to southeast Georgia.